How are you guys? This is the Alpha Master, and we are here with the legend AK-47 once again.
What's
Once
up, guys?
again, we
Oh,
are.
sorry, I interrupted you. Oh, okay, sorry, I interrupted you again.
No, you didn't, bro. Once again, we are doing another interview, the meaning of life. And since you know, AK, this is a special month.
Yes,
It's NoFap November,
I thought it was no N word November.
so it's kind of the no end November. So anything that starts with an
Oh,
N, you're not supposed to do it. So even no November, you're supposed to not say no. So we already lost the
ah,
challenge, but it's all good. Like that's something that is impossible. Anyways, like if you say yes to anything, then you might end up dead anyway. So I mean, the main part about this month is NoFap. And for some
yes.
people that do not know about the NoFap community, NoFap pretty much stands for not getting involved in any sexual activity, in any sexual behavior that might damage your mental health. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's what it's all about. As a community, we are here to stand together with men that are capable of holding holding that desire, that sexual desire, and just staying strong together.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. So
Mm-hmm.
for this video, this is the topic. We are going to be talking about pornography and this type of addictions that are new to this generation and have become way too common. But sometimes we don't really understand how it affects our mental health. We don't really understand the damages that it can create in the long run to our brains, to our physical bodies. It's something that needs to be more there needs to be more awareness about this because it is affecting a whole generation, especially in the West. I'm
Right.
here with AK, eh, and as you can see from his room, he's from Turkey because he has a Turkey flag over there.
If you couldn't tell, I'm
Turkey
Turkish, by the
and
way.
Canada. He has
Exactly.
Turkey and Canada in his background, so you can already see that. Actually, I like your background, bro. It's really cool.
Thank you. But I don't say where I'm from in terms of like where I live. I
Yeah,
I did I did live in Canada, but now wherever I live,
of course.
I'm
It's a
okay.
secret.
But yes, I am from Turkey. I am from was from Canada, and I do know what it's like. And I honestly just think that pornography is just not a good thing. I think it's really bad, and the fact that cell phones and 5-year-old kids can now have cell phones, and I see kindergartners use cell phones in the playground. Don't ask why. Okay, I'm just taking a walk and I see a cell phone. Okay, so damn, you got two phones, man.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
one
god,
is
bro.
for one I do for calling and work, and this one is for social
The
media
hose.
and for taking videos. So this one doesn't really work without Wi-Fi, you know.
Okay,
But yeah,
makes sense. But
that's how it
yeah,
is.
I think that the growing of technology is really taking over, and the fact of pornography is growing as well, and it's getting into a lot of kids' brains, and it even is worse when like OnlyFans models are all on like Twitch streams and on just mainstreams, and kids like see that stuff and they're
It's
already
normalized
introduced
now,
to it.
bro.
Yeah,
Like
it's normalized. So kid, that's what. And then I don't even know because I can't speak for children because I didn't grow up with a phone, so I don't know what it's like. But I know that once I did get a phone, I did some stupid stuff on it, right? But I can't imagine using it before the age of 16, That's when it gets crazy. And these kids, man, I don't know, bro. I genuinely don't know. And I'm
so
really
let me
scared
ask
for
you
the future.
something, AK. When did
Yeah.
you started using the internet? Around what age?
Um, I used the bro. I used the internet at a young age, though. I didn't have a phone, but I did access internet when I was. I'd like to say six,
That's when
six
you started like
using the
using.
internet.
So
Yeah.
of course it was like monitor, right? So it was probably
It was not
a
even
house.
monitored. It was just I was watching GTA 5 videos like Vanos
Yeah.
Gaming. I would watch
Okay.
Mess Yourself, just like gaming videos. Otherwise, I never had the thought to ever look up anything that had anything to do with pornography. I didn't have any desire for that, especially when I was a kid. And I was not even introduced to that. I didn't even know how it went until like 16 or something. Like around 16 or 15. Around that. Yeah.
So
I had no
very
idea.
that's crazy, bro. So like normally people discover pornography around age 10 or 11, and that's kind of like a bad age to discover pornography.
Oh
Like
yeah,
my
that's the
yeah,
average.
that's nowadays that's like kind of most people because the social group kind of promotes pornography at around that age. I remember for me it was around 10 years old when I was first exposed to pornography, and maybe even
Wow.
younger than that. And it is basically has to do with the peers that promote it for you. And I remember it was because of a group of friends that came to my house, and then that's how we started to see naked women on the internet, and that was kind of arousing. But back then, I remember I even when I was like 9 or 8, I even remember like that for me, I didn't see women being topless as anything sexual. I saw it as normal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then when my peers started to sexualize it and started to like make it cool to
Mm,
sexualize the, those magazines that back then
yeah.
there were magazines and
They're
all of
putting
these
their ideas into your head and then making it something good, like some making it something you should like and normalizing it.
like it's something that I should get aroused to, like
Yeah.
it starts with having a sexual drive, and I think that for me that's the kind of start when around 11 or 12. So uh, I believe like the best path of overcoming this issue is to be vulnerable, especially among
Mm,
our close ones. If you have good friends, good people that you can trust, then you can be vulnerable about this. So I was always somebody that consider people for who they are. So for those, I already exposed this on my channel. I have Asperger's. This is a syndrome that is kind of high level functioning autism. So in this condition, it's really hard for me to interact with other human beings the way that society expects you to do. It's kind of like makes you to be more of an overthinker, like a person that is trying to always say the right thing, and that kind of lack of spontaneity. When you're spontaneous,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that kind of makes you be vulnerable to bullying and like being misunderstood by your peers, being seen as somebody that's weird, that
Mm.
affects you emotionally. And I
You
had to
feel like
deal
an
with
outcast, like a
like an
black
outcast,
sheep.
exactly
Yeah.
like an outcast, and it's kind of like the situation like all my life it has been affecting me like that. And in that sense, because kids and people in general are mean, we always think about ourselves first. In that sense, this situation uh, caused me to grow up in an environment where I was trying everything possible to be liked by others. Even if it's not something that I would personally enjoy, I will like try to enjoy it so just so other people like me, you know? And that's kind of an issue that's been recurrent throughout my life. So when this situation first started, I wasn't really somebody that would look forward to to see pornography. I didn't even know what it was. And when I was first exposed to it, around 11 years old, then it kind of made me realize that I can develop a sexual drive. I think it started when I saw I think we went on a school trip. That was back in 2010.
Hmm.
And 2010, I was 12. I was gonna be 13 that year, and it was like a school trip. and I saw that one of my friends was masturbating, and when I saw that shit, and it was so weird because we were staying in like each of us had our own dorms, and I was with two other guys, and then this guy was just, "Ah, I'm just gonna masturbate," and then I saw him masturbating, and it was like so weird. Like I don't know why he will do it in front of us,
Wait,
but
he did it in front of you guys?
yeah, like
So wait, hold on. Let's take a step back for a second because I want to analyze this. I know it makes you uncomfortable, but I need to understand this.
yeah,
So he said, "Hold on, I'm gonna just bust one real quick," and then just
yeah.
what? It was were you guys in one room and then you just like took it out and you just started doing, or like what? What
Yeah,
happened?
like he was in his bed, and we were supposed to be already going to sleep, and then he was just started to fucking like flip, like the sound was, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god, he has no
and
shame. You
then
just
yeah,
not
no
even the
shame
bathroom.
whatsoever, no shame whatsoever,
Wow.
man. Like uh, then he went to the bathroom, like it was kind of like I know what
Yeah,
you
that's
mean.
awkward.
It's so weird.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
But like that's kind of the situation where I first saw somebody that did that, and then like I was thinking that it was normal behavior because nobody really judged him. So then I started doing it, but of course not in public. I will do it in private. Then I remember that year, I think, no, I already had a laptop, but I started to see through social media like sites that will promote like nudity and sexual content, kind of like teasing
Hmm.
content, like women in
Hmm.
bikinis and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then because of other friends that were already getting into pornography because it was becoming popular around that age, then I was starting to also get into pornography, and I was just doing it in private until I learned how to like masturbate, and I learned how to jerk off and all of these things. And when that happened, I it was kind of like normal behavior, I was doing it every single day. Like I was doing it every single day for years. It started in 2010. Then it even got to the point where I was like, it was kind of like, I wasn't telling my parents or anything, but it was affecting me mentally. And I was even like starting to see every female, I started to fantasize with every female that had just like a little bit of like sexual, like how you call it,
Sexual drive?
like sexual drive, pretty much. So any female that I will look at who will seem kind of attractive for me, then I will fantasize
Mm.
about her and just jack off, like
Mm.
even the same day, and I will not even consider that to be weird, like.
Mm.
And that was a behavior that I will do like throughout high school, like without even thinking how it might affect me mentally. And I was doing it like starting back in 2010. Before that, I was not really doing that, but I was still exposed to it, and I was learning a little bit about it. But like
So
it
like you're
gradually,
experimenting with it,
yeah,
right?
I was experimenting
Yeah.
with it, but it was like slowly increasing. Then I came to this country. It got worse because in this
Oh,
country I had more
yeah.
reasons to have like
You just
what
came to the
what
source basically.
yeah, pretty much. But
Yeah.
like it was kind of like something that I will do every single day.
Mm.
Then with the inventions of these things, it
Yeah.
got like I could go to the
Easier.
bathroom. It became
Yeah.
easier,
Yeah.
and like it, the damage that it was doing that I did not realize was that it was affecting my social skills terribly.
Mm.
It was making me an introvert.
Mm.
Even my acne has a lot to do with it. The fact that I have
Mm.
acne has a lot to do with it. I was feeling unconfident. I was feeling that I will never be attractive for any woman, and like it became kind of a drug. And it wasn't until 2019. In 2019, that's when it was like a wake up call for me, because that was the year where I kind of had a conversation with my father, and then because my father had no idea, and then my father made me realize that what I've been doing was really damaging my brain, was really affecting me in a way that could be detrimental forever, and that I need to do something about it. And he was like really disappointing. That's why I have this memory like stuck in my head
Mm-hmm.
ever since. So that was the year where it really I really came to my senses
Mm-hmm.
on like the issue that I had to fix, and that's when I started to seek ways so that it doesn't happen again.
So when you told your dad, you told him everything, right?
Yeah, of course. Like I
And he
mean,
was, yeah.
no, no, I just told him because he did like he was shocked because he didn't really know that I was doing this. And then
Mm,
I told him, I mean, I've been doing this for years, and then he kind of like but that's why I remember this moment vividly because he was kind of shocked, and then he kind of explained to me, oh, this is why you are not you are having the problems that you have. This is why you have acne. This is why you are not really performing like in your sport. I play soccer. You're not really performing the way that you could.
mm-hmm.
And then that moment I kind of became convinced that this is a real issue that I need to address. And that it's not a joke. Even if my culture sees it as a joke, even if the friends that I hang out with sees it as a joke, now I realize it's not a joke. Started doing research, and then that's when I came into religion, and I became interested in Islam. And that also has to do with a friendship that I made in 2019 with a guy who explained to me about Islam and kind of helped me have curiosity on the religion, where I realized that this religion actually can help you with your that temptations, overcoming
Yeah.
temptations, like having mental peace, mental clarity. And it's been a journey. It took me many years, but and a lot of relapses, but I managed to find the source, which I believe is that's the most important part, because when I discovered all of this, I was 22. Now I'm 20, 25. I'm going to be 26 this month. So I believe I finally found the source for why I was struggling with this issue. And actually, I am capable of helping other people who want to quit. I believe I was capable of finding the root. And
Okay.
I kind of know how to quit and why people relapse. I even started investigating some, there are actually some professionals on the case that investigate like the brain of somebody that is constantly on pornography and the brain of somebody who has healed from pornography. And like one of these, I'm gonna tell you right now because this doctor is really good, and I recommend it. It's
Mm.
I was watching it earlier. It's Dr. Trish Leigh. She's a certified sexual like certified sexual addiction recovery coach,
Mm.
and she has a bunch of videos just to help you overcome relapse, overcome pornography. If you are actively trying to challenge yourself so that you don't do it anymore, like this is the doctor that you should follow. Pretty much, like
Mm.
she has helped me realize a lot of things that are helping me in my personal life. Pretty much, you know.
Nice. I'm glad that you have someone like to watch the content and watch someone break down like the steps on how to help yourself. And I'm glad that you noticed that's an issue, because some people to this day still do it and they don't see it as an issue. And can we just get one thing straight?
Yeah.
If we're not saying we dislike any like porn stars or anyone that's in the industry. We're just saying that the industry itself is unhealthy for people. Otherwise, you guys could do whatever you guys want. You guys don't have to listen, but we're just trying to help you guys out, from our experiences. We're just trying to spread the word out that it's not the healthiest. But otherwise, there's no hate to people that are in the industry or anyone that's promoting it. If that's what you guys want to do, that's all you. We all have to make a living in life. We're just saying, it's not the healthiest option.
It's not that
But
it's
yeah.
hate as well. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah. It's
it's not
okay.
that it's not that it's hate. It's also the fact that it is so easy to become famous based on sex.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
in
Yeah.
that sense, like, but at the same time, it's like selling your soul. So it is kind of a big industry, you know, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
So of course, this is a controversial topic because we are going like it's a movement that is going against an industry that is making billions of dollars,
Hmm.
and that's something that can be controversial in itself. It's easy to just stay. It's like the alcohol industry, you know. I can tell you alcohol is bad for you, but it doesn't matter if if you are somebody that it makes a living out of selling alcohol. You're not gonna want people to know because you need those people that buy the alcohol.
Yeah.
So it's like if you have a pornography subscription, if you have like a monthly uh, pornography subscription or anything like that, then the knowledge that this is bad for you and is detrimental to your mental health is actually going to be a backlash for the people that are making money out of you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So this is
But at
just
the end
going.
of the day, like still, no, no hate. We're just trying to just let people know,
Of course, there is no
Yeah.
no hate.
Never, never hate.
It's no hate. It's just that it's awareness. It's awareness.
Yeah.
Like our mission is to help others, to help people be the best version of
Exactly.
yourself. And
And
if you
help
have,
people understand through
yeah,
experiences. Yeah.
experience and knowledge, and if you have the like the blessing to be able to be watching like uh, a YouTube video or the internet, if you have this access, then it is way better to be informed of the things that are beneficial for you, for your future, for what you want to do in life, than to stay trapped in a place where you are going to be in a box pretty much. You're gonna be in a box and you're just going to not be able to get out of the box.
Yeah.
And that's not good at the end, you know?
Just like what Alpha said, just said, yeah, you guys are gonna be in a dark box, and you guys are just gonna fall down a road that you guys won't be able to climb out of because it is an addiction and it's really addictive. And once you go down, I mean, I'm not saying there's no chance that you can quit. Like I'm just saying that it's gonna be really difficult and it's just not worth it to dive into.
It's a slippery slope at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And it's really dangerous. It really is. Like I have a few friends that have never done it, and they almost joke, well, did joke about it to me, and also people who did it. But I mean, yeah, it's a joke. I'm not gonna get offended, but it's just like they don't really understand the like I guess they really don't understand how bad it really is. Like I know they're joking about it, but it's just in the way they like talk about it, it's almost like they're making it like a choice because it really isn't a choice once you're addicted. Once you're addicted, it's not a choice. Like you just do it, you know?
There
So
is no shame in addiction as well. Like there is
yeah,
no shame in addiction, but
exactly.
it's always good if you have addiction to anything, the first step is to accept that you're addicted, and that's
Yeah.
the way that you can get out. Like I can even say, and you know what is another thing that it kind of I learned this. I don't know if you ever read Atomic Habits by James Clear, but a very good way to get out of an addiction is to have an identity where you consider yourself as somebody who has overcome it. Even if you did it
Mm,
today. Like imagine you watch porn today, all right? But like you're not watching it right now. I identify myself as a person who used to watch porn but don't watch porn anymore. That is an amazing way for you and a mental process for you to not watch it anymore, to overcome the temptation and the addiction. Because now you are identifying as somebody that doesn't do it anymore. Like it goes the same for alcohol. It goes the same for anything that is detrimental. You're identifying as somebody that used to do it but don't doesn't do it anymore. So if you have that change in mentality, that switch in mentality, then it's like it's more likely for you to stop doing it in the future altogether. You know.
yeah. No, definitely, I agree. 100% agree. I think that the I also like can I say what I think like how to avoid it?
Yeah.
Okay, so as I was saying, I think the best way to overcome it that I found was to keep yourself extremely busy. I think that's the most crucial one. Like, obviously, there is seeing it as something wrong, but I feel like to force yourself to get out of it is by making yourself busy. And I do that heavily. I have school, which is all online for me. So I'm always at home. I work out at home. I soon I'm gonna get a pet, and even then it's gonna require me to stay home more. Recently I just got a job, so that's good to leave the house a lot. Um but regardless, everything is at home. So YouTube as well. All my hobbies consist of being at home, so it's really difficult. But I've noticed that as long as I wake up, get out of bed right away, and constantly keep myself busy. Like what I like to do is wake up, work out, shower, brush my teeth, pray, and then eat, and then study, and then stream, edit, and then schedule, and then do some schoolwork. Like if as long as you keep yourself busy and you're in that loop, then perfect. And if you feel that urge, then go for a walk. Listen to music, go for a walk, get outside the house.
The
Yeah, and
urges
it can
are normal, bro. The urges are gonna come and go, but like they come when they come. You need to realize that they are coming, so that you do an activity that is going to make your mind think about somebody else, think about something else. You know.
exactly. And also the biggest lie that I got fed to was the urges keep coming back like once you quit. But honestly, I haven't felt that whatsoever. Because I feel personally, I mean, I guess it's different with everyone else, right? But for me, generally the more longer I haven't done it, the less I even get any urge whatsoever. And I haven't got it in so long. Because like I
That's
talked
good,
to
man.
some guy and he was telling me, and I'm like, what happens after you quit? Do you still get the urges? He's like, yeah, like you still get it. And I'm just like, then what's the point? So I tried it for myself. I didn't get a single urge after because your brain is not used to it. It's completely cut out from it. So I think living in a healthy lifestyle, working out, keeping yourself busy, doing something healthy, loving something as well is really useful too.
And being surrounded with people that are gonna encourage you to stay away from it is really important.
Exactly. Like people that are, I don't know, I don't want to say just people that are close to their religions, but just people that don't do it, people
Exactly.
that are friends, like true friends, people that want the best for you and see that if it's a problem and you tell them, they say, you should quit that, we don't like, we want the best for you and we want you to quit. And that's the circle you should be in, or just have a friend like that, like I have a friend like that who wants the best for me, and he always respects my decisions, and he always wants what's best for me, and I really respect that from him, and and even if you don't have a friend, it's fine, you need to motivate yourself at the end of the day because you're the one who's doing it, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, man, I think just keep yourself busy.
It's the best way, bro. Like
Yeah.
this situation that I've been going through, it's been something that it started early in my life. I
Hmm.
remember when I was 11, I my sister had a friend that she came home with her, and I met her. I met her like her. Our parents, my mom was really good friends with her mom,
Hmm.
and this girl, she was really weird. I'm not gonna lie, she was really weird. But I was just
Weird.
11 years old. I think she was like a year older than me. I don't know. But then like she stayed for the weekend. But then I think it was like the second night that she came into my bed, and I don't even remember like how she or why she did that. But then she just came into my bed, and we were watching TV, and then she kind of like mm, snuggle with me, like made me so that I kind of like hug her from behind. And I was just like I didn't even move. I was just like
I mean, bro, you're
fully.
11. What would you know of that stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know
I
what
was.
to do. You don't think of anything of it. You just think it's another friend. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the thing is, since I was like, she was kind of like controlling me pretty much, because she was
Mm,
like, pushing my arms towards her, like her hips, like because she was doing all of this, I started to feel this sexual drive for the first time in my life.
Mm.
And I was it was something that it was new for me, it was new for me. And it was kind of like the first time that I was having these feelings, but I never really realized that this moment was so crucial for me, because this moment, it was kind of a manipulation. I felt manipulated, and then it will come back again a few years later, when I had like more experiences, like similar experiences like that, where I will start to be afraid of of being manipulated again, you know. So that's something that has been a constant issue. And then I had like attachment issues, where I will just be afraid to make move, because you know how most girls are nowadays. I'm not gonna say all of them, but like a lot of them, they're really protective, and I understand that. But if if they like see someone who is kind of not really a man that kind of doesn't really know what he wants, like they will be like is two different options. They will either not want to do anything with you, or they might try to manipulate you.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
and there are some girls who have been kind of manipulative in that sense, and that was something new for me to experience. But after having a lot of conversations with different kinds of females throughout my life, and different experiences that I went through, I kind of came to the conclusion that the best way for a man to be at peace is to have control.
Mm.
You need to know what you're looking for. You need to overcome that temptation. Like if you imagine how, or you fantasize how it's going to be with a woman just because of her body. First of all, you're lusting. It's not real, and then you're giving her power. You're giving that
Mm.
woman power, and it's making you be manipulated by that situation.
Yeah.
In that sense, like if she can do whatever she wants with you, like if she texts you, if she texts you one day, that's gonna pretty much make your day.
Yeah.
And it's gonna, like if you have goals, it's gonna distract you from your goals.
I
So
mean, I don't want to speak for you, bro, but I know like you
yeah,
relate on that a lot, man. Because like I know yours. I don't want to say for your situation, but like I know that that situation was really bad from what happened, and it was really messing up with your head. A lot of mixed messages, a lot of. It was really sad to see, honestly.
yeah,
You know.
but like the issue is with how you react. First of all,
Mhm.
you need to find what is the definition of limerence. Limerence is when you have a tendency to fantasize. It's not being in love, but we fantasize with someone else of the opposite gender. And when this happens, then it distracts you in your brain, because
Mhm.
you, as a normal human being, you want a good relationship with somebody. You wanna be able to have that connection. The sexual drive also drives you to have a want to have a sexual connection, but not necessarily like it kind of, you lie to yourself, because it's like in your head you say to yourself that you're looking for a girlfriend, but in reality what you're looking for is for sex. It's just that you're lying to yourself,
Yeah.
and that is very common, and that's why you need to be very careful who you fall in love with, or have limerence with. You might go into the, like you might go out, especially at night, and then you might have like a conversation with someone who you might feel that she's attractive, and then goes that happens all over again. So you need to be very careful with that, because
It's a
you lie to
trap.
yourself. Exactly, it's a trap. You lie to yourself, and at the same time, it distracts you from your goals, from everything that you know. It's not good for your mental health, or for anything. And then
Mhm.
still trap on that pornography cycle. And
Yeah.
if what you want is to quit and to have a normal life and to have goals to overcome those distractions, then you need to stop seeking those situations.
Yeah. No, man, I totally agree, which is why, like, I told you to, because, like, you at a time, you had a lot of, not, I don't want to say urge, but you just really wanted someone to, like, love, because you're a loving person and you wanted someone to love and you want that person to love you back. And I told you, like, not to chase after that because that's just a waste of time, and you're not chasing, right? Still, right? To this day, you're not chasing.
Of course, man, that's something that is over. And you know why it's over? Because I had dealt with like that desire that I wanted to have a girlfriend. I had dealt with that because I started to talk, like I told you, like with different kind of women, with different types of women, and in that sense, I kind of learned like, oh, this is something like if I am the person that is always talking first, then it's obvious that
Yeah,
I need to stop because I'm hurting myself. I am
yeah.
doing something that is only hurting me at
You're
the end.
you're
And it's
basically
not,
disrespecting yourself, bro.
yeah,
Like
and
it's
it's
just
not a healthy
disrespectful.
relationship. It's not a healthy
Yeah,
relationship either.
exactly. It's one-ended. You're just depending on that other person to do everything that you're doing, but she's not. And then she gets used to that. And then the second you say, "Hey, I want that," they say, "No, fuck you," and then they leave you. I know that feeling too, man. And like I know that feeling of mixing love with um with hormones, like feeling that you want sex. And I know that feeling a lot. And I feel like what's really like a healthy way if you really want, like, love, is to buy a pet.
Yeah, you're
personally
right.
personally I think that, because I'm buying a pet, and I don't know, like, I just want to love it. Like, I really just want to love it, and if I'm gonna love someone, you have your parents or guardians, you have people that love you, your family members, people that love you. You should focus on that, not loving someone that is not going to even look at you for 1 minute, not respond to your text for 24 hours, not even a week, and like, and also because it's just a waste of time, man. I personally think it's a waste of time. And like, it's just a waste of energy because you get so upset over someone that you didn't even pass talking stage with. You didn't even get into talking stage with. You get so upset about that girl you never even had. So it's like, it's kind of pointless, no? Like, don't you think?
Yeah,
Like,
I
so
understand that. Yeah.
yeah.
And like the thing is, that's kind of, for my opinion, the way the world is, especially the West, is revolving. It's making it to so that it's men against women. Like
Yeah.
it's making it in a way where nowadays you
It's like a
see
competition.
a lot of females that are making a business out of the situation where they realize their power over the sexual drive that men have,
Mm-hmm.
and in that sense they are like manipulating, so they can be talking to 50 guys at the same time. You see a lot of these girls in Snapchat. I remember last year I went to university. I tried to do like like a master's program at a university
Mm-hmm.
in Texas, and I was only there for 3 weeks. And I remember like a lot of, they might be 19 or 20-year-old girls like that. And like they look attractive, they dress provocatively, but they had the Snapchat, and I remember I saw like how they were all day on their phone, and they had like uh, 20 different Snapchats, and all of them were just pictures of guys, like just saying hey, or stuff like that. And that's kind of like they just texting guys, and that's what they do. So now, like in their heads, that's kind of like having an actual honest relationship. It, it it is more, it is better to be someone who you feel that you matter. Imagine if you were somebody and that was kind of popular, and you had texts from 20 30 different people every day. Imagine your DMs had like 30 texts every single day. from different people that are real, that are actually wanna like talk to you, and like now you will not really think about them as people. You will think them
I
as
mean,
messages.
yeah, I can't think of I can't think of that. Having 30 different people a day text me and say like how much they want to like smash. I can't imagine that. But yeah, no, I do understand. I do feel that, man. Like my friend, like she had this app. I think it's called Uber. Okay, and she was like on it. She's like, "Oh, I just signed in and I already have 999 like ads from guys." And I'm just like,
Yeah.
"What the hell, man?" Like, but at the end of the day, it's no competition. I'm not here to say, "Oh, men throw themselves at women or women throw themselves at men." It's equal at the end of the day. Like, I don't want to even say anything about it. Honestly, I don't want to even say my honest opinion about it because I don't want to say anything. I generally don't want to say anything about it other than that if females want to sell themselves, that's their choice, right? It's that because we can't. It's 2023. We're moving into 2024. Things are, people have their own rights. If they want to do stuff with their body, that's their choice, right? Sure, they might see it as a like they see it as a bag, but maybe we see it as someone who's disrespecting themselves. But at the end of the day, whose body is it? It's not our body. It's their body, right? And it does, like, I know it's a huge influence on other people, but then again, like there are men porn stars, right? But men don't look up to them and be like, I want to be a porn star. Like it's
No,
not
but
like
that's
that.
why I'm saying it's not about gender. I'm not saying about
Exactly.
gender.
No. I'm agreeing with that. I'm agreeing with that. I don't think it's gender either. But you're right about those females that do get a lot of guys, and then well, I wouldn't say they manipulate guys. I feel like the guys fall for that trap, because like obviously when you're a guy that hasn't like haven't been popular, you haven't seen a single girl, you go into like, college or university and you see these girls that just want to smash, right? These guys would think of it as, oh, I have a relationship with this girl. In reality, you just smashed a girl and that's it. You're moving on. And that's heartbreak there. And I have had a few friends like that. They thought they
And
actually had a relationship.
and it also plays with your head, because for me personally, I've never really been the attractive type in high school. I even had
Yeah.
acne. I had low self-esteem. But when I
Yeah.
started with this journey of quitting pornography, and
Hmm.
then I started to work out, I started to get more muscular. I started to feel more attractive. Then
Nice.
my confidence started to improve. But when
Nice.
this happened for me the first time in my life, then I started to feel that even when going out, I was more attractive for women, And then because of this situation, and this was not so long ago. This was like back in 2021. I started to feel as somebody who can pull girls, you know, and as someone who wants to become involved in the game. But the thing is that when you play the game, it backfires. It
It does.
backfires terribly, because not only do you lose, you get manipulated, you get your hopes high, and then it backfires against you in a way that can traumatize you for life.
Yeah.
Especially if you are someone who's not used to the game, you're naive to the game. So in that sense, bro, I recommend, like, if you do no fab, if you wanna do self improvement, do it for you. Not Don't do it so that you become more attractive, so that you hit more of those uh, chicks' phone numbers on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. So you have more. What do you call in Snapchat when you have like a streak, right? Or what is it?
Yeah. Streak. Yeah.
More
Streak.
streaks. Like, if you're playing that game that is also like dopamine incentive, like you're playing with fire. You're playing with fire. It's gonna backfire against you terribly, because at
Yeah.
the end of the
Like,
day, uh,
unless if you don't know how to play the game, don't play the game.
exactly.
Like the people that play the game, like most people that play the game, they know how it goes, and they're in the same mindset too. They just want to smash and move on. That's it. But there are some people that don't know how to play the game, and they're there for an actual relationship, and they right away see the first thing they see, and they're like, "I want to date that," even though she's in a whole pool full of sausages and
It's
stuff,
not worth it,
cockfest.
man. It's not worth
It's
it.
not. It really isn't worth it, man. And like, and if you have been through that mistake, it's fine because it's bound to happen to all of men and anyone. It's bound to happen to anyone. But it's also knowing the signs of when you meet someone like that. So you do not do it again, because that's the most important key to a mistake, is to understand and not do it again. And it's fine to keep doing mistakes. That's not an issue. I'm just saying the same mistake. Because if you keep seeing a reoccurring mistake that keeps happening and happening and happening, it starts getting frustrating. Then you start being in denial and thinking that it's their fault, not your fault.
Yeah.
It's just a whole cycle, like Alpha, like I remember, like you kept making a mistake, and like one day I really needed to let you know, like, hey man, like it's been the same mistake. And
No, I
you said that.
understand, because sometimes you get frustrated over the fact
Yeah,
that you really feel as if you can be uh, a boyfriend material, and you can have a
yeah,
girlfriend, and it's
yeah,
really, you really feel as if they mad over the fact that you can be that person for her, but she doesn't
yeah,
want to, and then you start like believing it, like deeply believing it, be like, no, I can be the perfect boyfriend for her. Why doesn't she want me? But that doesn't work. It's
yeah.
not like that. It's a two-way street, bro. Like, there are millions, billions of people in the world, men and women. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to play the game where you compare yourself to other people, then there's gonna be somebody better than you in
Oh yeah.
everything.
Always, always. Yeah.
More attractive, have better game, better confidence.
More
You know what I mean?
subscribers.
Pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so in that sense, and it's the same, like, for women, it's even worse, when, like, because in that market, like, they want to compete with
Yeah.
other women, and then, like, no, like, I'm more popular than you, or whatever. Like, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
that's kind of, and that's why you see women that even have surgery and stuff like that. Like, don't play the game. Everyone is unique in their own way. Everyone has
Let's
something
just
special to contribute in life in general.
Can we also just take a second and to say that, like, that's really, the females that think that they're ugly and they need surgery to fix themselves, like, I really feel bad for them, because, everyone is beautiful in their own ways. And there, sure, that sounds like a corny line. Everyone says that to themselves. But, like, look at us men, we, we can't do anything but work out or grow a beard. Like, that's our only two objectives. And still, like, like, you should learn to accept who you are and not have to put plastic in your face. At the end of the day, it's your choice. But I'm just saying, like, you women are beautiful with or without makeup, with or without
You are
plastic.
loved. You're
You
loved.
are loved. Either way, you're loved. There's thousands of girls out there that are still loved unconditionally without makeup or without plastic or without anything, and it's body dysmorphia. You're constantly looking at yourself and you're so used to it, and then you start seeing issues with yourself. Then you do one mistake with plastic, then you think you're still ugly,
Yeah.
Like, I had a friend like that. Her nose was a little, I guess, crooked. I never even saw it. And then she's like, I'm gonna get a surgery and surgery and surgery. She got a surgery. She still thinks she's ugly. And it's just like, okay, why did you
It's
do
a
that?
mental cycle, bro.
It is a
That's
mental, that's a trap for them,
Yeah.
But regardless, my point is to make is that, I hope, to the woman out there, if anyone's watching, you guys aren't ugly, okay? Don't feel that. Don't feel the need to put plastic in your skin, okay? Do not. And if
That's
you
why I
are,
say,
though, go to Turkey and do it. It's pretty cheap.
yeah, we see, man. Like, that's why I recommend you, even as a personal trainer, like, work out, go
Yeah.
for a jog, sweat a little bit, because all of that
Yeah.
helps in the brain. It activates the brain. Like, there are things that you can do to feel better internally. It doesn't have to be external. Like even like working out even makes you more attractive. It's
Yeah.
like it's
Makes you
scientifically
feel
proven.
attractive too.
And to feel attractive, and you start to glow. You start to
Yeah.
have a glow up. You know,
Yeah.
it makes you more confident. All of this is are techniques that you can use to overcome like the issue that you have when in your brain you have low self-esteem, and all of this is like it goes back to pornography at the end. All of this goes back to pornography because if you stop watching anything that will like make your sexual drive like tempt your sexual drive, if you stop this overall, then it will be more likely for you to start appreciating the things that you already have
Yeah.
and be grateful for them, you know.
No, I agree. I feel like once you stop and then you actually take a second to appreciate the things that are around you, those that actually love you, I think you will understand what you have, you know? And gratification is something that we all lack. We like, let's not lie to ourselves. Like, everyone lacks like gratification, you know? Like, no matter how thankful you are, you still lack it because no one wakes up and says, thank God, I'm alive and I'm not like dying in Syria and don't have food or don't have a mom and stuff. But like, it's still important to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The more that you do it, the more likely you're gonna wake up every day like grateful about
Yeah.
your life.
And
And
cherish your life and keep
yeah,
a healthy lifestyle.
yeah. So like the best thing is to adopt habits that are going to make you appreciate what you have, be grateful for what you have, and
Yeah.
overcome the mental challenges. Like for me personally, I struggle with this every single day. Every single day, I struggle with being grateful because honestly, I don't have the best relationship with my parents. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't really have like I have a lot of disagreements with them, and I live with them in the same house. But I have to be always grateful, especially because they let me live with them. They support me, even if I don't
Yeah.
agree with a lot of the things that have happened in my life. And for me, sometimes I feel that I will be better off if I was independent. I still have to be grateful for the things that they already have done for me. You know,
And they
like
made you.
of course, that's the main part. Even if they were terrible parents, they were criminals, and in jail or whatever, I still have to be grateful for my
Yeah.
parents. And I believe that's the main issue in many for many people is if they have a bad relationship with their parents, then they're more likely to do things that are gonna be self-destructive for them. You know.
Yeah. I think. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I think that it's easier to complain than actually solve your
Of
issues.
course,
You
because
know?
solving actually requires you to draw steps and to work.
To
A lot of people don't
exactly.
like to work.
Which is why I think that it's good to let it out to someone or to yourself or write it
Yeah.
down or whether that's I
Journaling.
don't know. Yeah, journal any way possible. Like for example, whenever my brother gets mad, he just goes for a run.
Oh, of course.
Or
That's good.
whenever I get mad, I just start scheduling videos on my phone. Or I do a live stream and then I change my whole
And
persona
then
and
there are
become
other
AJ.
people who are really freaking toxic, who I'm not gonna mention, but he's probably watching this video because he's a dickhead that like to like their stress. You know what they do for stress? They like to put comments or to send messages in the group chat that are toxic and negative, and they love to do that shit. And they're always like trying to say anything toxic so that they feel better about themselves. And
You know who you are,
you
buddy.
know who you are.
You
That's
know who you are, buddy.
yeah. You know who you are. Like,
Asshole.
and that's crazy. But like, right? AK, there are people like that. Don't tell me
There
there are
are
not people like
there
that.
are always people like that,
Yeah,
whether in work or whether in your friend group. There's always that one guy, bro. I know what you mean, bro.
yeah.
Like those.
Every single day, man. It's crazy. Every day, gets some stupid shit, and it's like, I'm like, it gets like funny, you know. So
Repetitive.
it's kind of
It gets repetitive
yeah,
too,
repetitive,
obviously.
and it's annoying. But like I understand, it's because like they're letting their frustration out, and they try to find a target. They find a perfect target, and they just keep on going every single day, you know. So
Yeah.
it's something.
I
Sometimes it's
mean,
annoying.
also
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's
also
annoying.
being a YouTuber as well,
Yeah.
someone sees your video on their For You page and they're already having a bad day. They just go off in the comment
Yeah,
section.
exactly. You
Yeah.
become a target, bro. That's
You,
why
you,
like one of the problems about being a YouTuber. You become a target, you know.
yeah,
Especially
but
yeah.
we can handle it. You know, we're made to handle
I've been doing
criticism.
this for
And
years, bro.
exactly, we you and I've been doing it for years, you know, so we're made to just say, oh, we just let it bounce off our hands and be like, okay, good, all right, let's continue with
Yeah,
our content, you know? Yeah, man.
exactly, man.
Yeah,
Exactly. You're gonna see another video another day, and I'm gonna still be here. So I
exactly.
mean,
We're still gonna make our content.
at the end of the day, like the main purpose is to help, you know,
Oh yeah, definitely,
to
definitely.
and to be. I am vulnerable not because I like to be the target of bullying or the target
Hmm.
of being making fun of, but I like to be an inspiration for those
Hmm.
who are currently dealing with a similar situation or who will in the future go through similar situations so that they know what it's like. For me personally, like if it wasn't for content creators like KSI, Deji, like like Mini Minter, like different content creators I used to watch when I was a kid. If it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't be the person I am today. I am thankful for them. Like this is important. Like having these people that just tell you how it is and try and actually want to cultivate a real relationship, then that's something that actually motivates you to know that you're not alone. You know, you're not alone. You
Yeah,
don't have to struggle alone, pretty much.
I can agree with that, bro. Many content creators that I grew up with, like one inspiration, let's say Vanoss Gaming, okay,
Yeah.
and I've been going through a lot of issues when I was as a kid, you know, like whatever. Don't want to say it. It's just like tough situations as a kid, and I would be alone and think that I'm alone, and then I just open a YouTube video and then say to myself, hey, you know what, I'm good. I'm good. And
Yeah,
just watch a
exactly.
video,
You
just laugh, and just feel comfortable, and that's the nostalgia I get from watching the same YouTubers. I still feel like, hey, you know what, I'm fine. I'm still living life, right? Things will get the
yeah,
way things will be. Things will get better. Yeah,
things will get better. Exactly. And
exactly.
no one likes to feel invisible. You know,
Oh yeah, definitely.
we like to be seen. The
We're
main reason
humans, bro.
I do this is because I like to be seen. I don't like to be in a place where I know I can be replaced and be
Mm.
like, oh, I am here, but tomorrow we're gonna find somebody better than you, so you don't really matter. I don't like that personally. I don't think nobody likes that. You know, this is
No
the
one likes
perfect
that.
place where you can be yourself. This is the perfect place where you can be someone that is here and like nobody can replace the Alpha Master. I am the Alpha Master. Nobody can replace the
Yeah,
Alpha Master. You know what I mean?
there's only one Alpha Master.
Exactly, man. That's why I'm here. Nobody can
Yeah,
replace me in my channel. That's the thing. So it's it's important at the end, bro. It's so important to value yourself. Value yourself. Know that what you have is important.
and understand your goal, right? And your goal is to help people, and you want to be seen and want people to hear what you're saying. Just take a second to listen to you and understand from your experiences and learn from your experiences, so they don't have to do the same mistakes as you, right? And
Yeah,
bring positivity to people's days. Yeah,
exactly.
that's a really positive thing, bro. I respect you for that. You know, for
Sure.
me, it's not necessarily to. I'm not really open on my channel anymore. I guess I was before, but now I'm not really. I'm more filtered. I don't want to be like, I want to have a separate channel and just have like the real me, like this, like here, like more toned down AK. But otherwise, AK, AK, AK is a loud monster, But I respect you for being open, bro. Even I can't even be open about my situations and myself, bro. So I like a lot of respect to you for you feeling comfortable being able to talk for people and talk about controversial things as well, man, for the sake of the people. And I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Eke, for being here.
Of course,
I,
bro. Of course,
I really
always.
value this type of friendships a lot, and
Yeah.
it's not easy for me to be the way that I am, man.
Mm.
Because this way that I am is makes me like normally like people want to be sheep. People don't want to be the the leaders or the lions. They want to be
Yeah.
sheep. They just want to follow what's popular. That's what's cool about our generation. It's always been like that, you know. Like they just want to follow what is trending, what is viral. They don't want to be unique because if you're unique, then it's more likely for you to be on your own. And a lot of people
Yeah.
are scared of being on their own. I'm personally not scared of being on my own because I know how to deal with it. I believe in God, but at the same time, it's not good. It's not healthy to be alone. That's why
Yeah.
you always need a support group. In this case, you are the support group because it's important for me to know that I can be vulnerable to someone if I am not feeling good. If I've started to have thoughts in my head because I'm a human being, I start having thoughts in my head where I want to mess up. I want to go back to addiction. I want to like just not do what I know that I should be doing because I don't feel that motivation. You
Yeah.
always need someone who pushes you back in track. That's
Yeah,
what I
man.
think.
It's like climbing a ladder, you know, when you fall down, you need a safety net, right? Because you can't constantly just keep climbing the same ladder. Eventually you get tired, your arms loose, or you slip, or you make a mistake, you fall down. But you always need like a safety net, you know, a buddy, or it could be yourself too. It's not always doesn't always have to be someone, but yeah, like you can use a friend. Like I have a friend too that's my safety net, you know, and I go to him and talk to him if I'm having a rough day, or I go to my brother or something. I always go find to talk to someone that I really trust and talk about issues like this. And, you know, they push you up and back on track. And someone that's stuff that we need, you know? And that, yeah, of course, bro. I'd love to be, I'm happy to be your safety net in case any situation that's given, you could talk to me. And yeah, bro, I cherish our friendship a lot, bro, because you have taught me a lot of things about myself that I didn't even know. And it's also nice to have a YouTuber friend. You know, I don't really have any friends in this industry besides you. So, yeah, yeah.
That's cool, man. I appreciate it. Man, like I don't know if you are comfortable here sharing any of your experiences with pornography by any chance.
Uh, sure. Yeah, I can explain it. It's not an issue. Let's see. I started at a young age. My hormones kicked in at a young age. I didn't know about um sex, but I did know about like I don't know how to explain it. Like I did know about sex, but I didn't know that it was used for pregnating, I guess. I thought you just get pregnant from praying, right? So so I would do it like a lot. Like a lot. My cousin one the way I found out was my cousin one day I was at my grandma's house. One night he just told me everything. He told me about what condoms are or dildos and how females get pleasure and stuff like that and all this stuff. And keep in mind, I have never interacted with a female, never kissed a female. I had a bunch of crushes as a kid, but I didn't even know what to do. Most I knew was hold hands with a girl, you know? So yeah, I started like grade two or something, and I did not stop. And a lot of kids around me did not know what it was because I tried to hint at it, but they didn't even understand what I was talking about because they're too busy with Minecraft or something. You know, like I didn't know. So I did it a lot, and um, yeah, it wasted a lot of time. It was a lot of time. I know that my brain has been messed up from pornography. What can I say? Like for example, how to talk to females. I didn't know how to talk to women, and I like from videos that I'm not saying I did this, but I know that some people are like they watch videos and that's how they learn how to have sex. But like, what if you're watching something rough? You know what I mean? Like something like violent or something, and then they apply it to a female. You know, like you never know, right? it could be really dangerous. But in my case, I was um I didn't kiss a girl until like my first year of high school. Yeah. And yeah, honestly, like pornography, I don't really have much to talk about it other than I know how destructive it is. I know that like because of it, I got so scared to talk to females. I know that like I was really antisocial from it, and it's really simple to say you don't talk, you don't want to like you you can't talk to females, but it really was though. Like every time I looked at a female, I just looked down. You know, like I couldn't talk to them. I saw them as something else, like something completely different. I thought of every female just hated me. That's what I thought. Every female that I met, I just have a hateable face or hateable this
Yeah,
or hateable that.
I used to feel that way because I remember back in because I remember back in 2020 before the pandemic, I used to go to
Yeah,
group counseling, and then I was the only guy. Everybody else was like there were like seven different girls, and then I was the only guy. And I remember like I s- I felt as if everybody hated me. Like that's what I said. Like that first session because like the psychologist was asking us like each of us to say something, and then that's what I said. You know, like, I feel as if everybody hates me. Like all of you hate me, and that was generally how I was feeling because the thing is that I go into the room and none of them are looking at me, none of them are acknowledging me, and that's kind of like a feeling where in my head I'm like, yeah, these people hate me, you know. So I completely can relate to that feeling, it's a lot of situation. It's not that it's not that they hate you, of course, you know. It's just that
of course. Yeah,
they are insecure. If we are insecure, they are even more insecure. That's a lot of the issues have to do with that. Like you are the one as a guy in our society, we are the ones that are expected to make her feel comfortable, feel
confident.
confident
Yeah,
talking to you. Like if we have anxiety, they have like three or five times more anxiety. That's the thing.
yeah,
So
yeah. You have to be strong. Yeah,
yeah, the first thing is you need to feel confident enough, especially if you are trying to talk to a talk to a girl or to approach a girl. You need to be the one who makes her feel comfortable with you. You know?
yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, this I've I've had a lot of those thoughts of like, oh, female hate me, female this, female that, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can't say I've ever had a good relationship with any of them. Like with my exes. Sorry, we're talking about pornography, but the most I could say is addiction to relationships. Like I think that that's what I went through, which was just constantly just wanting to be in a relationship. But now at this point of my life, like for example, I got into a talking stage with a female, and then she like during it, I was like, I don't even want to be in a relationship. Like I don't even have time for YouTube. How am I gonna have time for a female? You know what I mean? Like is it really worth it? Like no, it really isn't worth it. Like if to get it over my own hobbies, my religion, my education, my
Yeah, that's the
health, you
thing.
know?
Yeah, if they don't align with what you actually want to do with your life, it's not worth it, bro. Simple as that.
Obviously. But yeah,
And it's
exactly.
not
So
healthy either. You cannot force a relationship that doesn't align with your values and your goals, man, you know?
yeah. And also cause like the last talking stage I had, the girl like she played me on and then like one day she just blocked me out of nowhere. And then I didn't get hurt. I was just like, like that's a clear sign for me to stop chasing, and I'm fine now, man. I'm living life happily, thank God. I got a job, I'm studying
Nice.
home, I'm working out, I'm up with religion, I'm good with my
Can I
friends.
ask you what do you do for work?
Uh what I do for work,
Yeah.
I work at a movie theater.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah. I've never been there.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, bro. I work at a movie theater. It's amazing. I just had my first orientation today. So should I just quickly talk about it, if that's okay?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
So yeah, to start off, free popcorn, free pop, right? Amazing, right?
Nice.
You can bring a friend to the movie theater, and it's for free. You and and a friend, it's for free. They have posters like, when you go to movie theaters and you see those poster areas,
Yeah.
they have like a auction for those posters. Like the most you spend is like $15 or something. You know what I mean? So that's cool. Like I would love to grab more posters in my room. I already have like a NWA Joker. I have like a bunch of posters on my wall. But yeah, like that's cool. Also, I just love movies in general. I think it's a nice hobby, and it's a step down from McDonald's, or it's a step up from
Step up from
McDonald's because
McDonald's, yeah.
McDonald's. Oh my god, bro! I think I talked about it with you. Did I? Like one time we recorded one of these episodes. I remember.
I
Did I
believe so,
talk?
man. But I think you never told the story though.
Ah, well, it was a bunch of pain. But
No, but I know
anyways,
McDonald's, like any fast food chain is, I know it's stressful to
yeah,
work at a fast food chain. I think the best fast food chain that you can work at is Chick-fil-A. I don't know if you've tried
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A in Canada.
Uh, I don't live in Canada, but I don't know
Oh
if there's
yeah,
Chick Fil A. I don't
yeah.
know if there's Chick Fil A. But anyways, let's get back on the topic. Unless if you, yeah, if you have anything to add on
No,
to the topic,
I do have something to share, man, because this
yeah,
is
share,
something that I actually I think it's gonna be therapeutical for me to talk about it. You know, especially
talk
since
about it.
I value you and I trust you, bro. So
Mm,
I had a situation because during the pandemic, I I was someone who I always had this limerence situation, you know, the that I talked about earlier. I had it a couple of times, but it was never as bad as what happened during the pandemic. So it's this story is kind of long and was really hurtful and it kind of like it brought me to therapy and brought me but that what I'm grateful about is that it allowed me to know myself way better than I ever did in my whole life. You know?
mm,
So the thing is that as of now, keep in mind that I'm gonna be 26 this month. So I'm 25. During the pandemic, I was 22. And remember that I told you that I started to realize about the effects of pornography in my brain starting in 2019. And then in 2020, I was still addicted to pornography in
oh yeah,
2020,
definitely, yeah.
even though I was making a huge progress on overcoming it. In 2020, I was still a virgin. I lost it in the next year, 2021. That's when I lost it. But 2020, I was still a virgin, and I was desperate to to lose my virginity. I was desperate, you know. And I was 22 in 2020. So the thing is that during this period of time where I was having a lot of mental breakdowns because of the COVID-19 issues, and then I was
The lockdown.
looking at news and a Twitter of different posts about the elections, about the vaccine. I was kind of very skeptical about the vaccine. I was very afraid about like the future of the world, pretty much, and how people were dying. Like my parents were overprotected about it at the beginning, but then they started to relax like three months later. So like during June, I was like able to because I had to be inside my house. You know, I couldn't really leave. But
Yeah,
starting June, July, that's when we could kind of like chill out a little bit. So I could go back to my soccer practice. I could kind of like get out to go shopping. Of course, with my mask on, you know, but my family in general was scared. I think in my country, the pandemic was 10 times worse than here because the actual security system, like the actual police, like they will make sure that nobody left their house. Like they will
really,
control people. Yeah, like control so that like they it was kind of like an environment like communism, you know, where like oh like only this like
like a
let's say you are
dictatorship.
like a dictatorship pretty much. Like let's say only those who are 65 years or older can get out of the house at this time, at this specific time to go shopping, and only for like an hour or two. Nobody else is allowed to leave their house. So that kind of lack of freedom was really impacting tremendously the mental health of everyone in my country, in Latin America especially, you know. But like my country is Peru, it was kind of damaging everything. So the thing is that during this period of time, I was also feeling kind of lonely, and I started to play video games. And I started to play video games with a group of people from my country that were
Mm,
back to my childhood years, went back to my childhood years, you know.
I
So I
remember
started to
this.
interact
Mm.
with them again, and I was feeling it was like a mix of feelings. I still have really good memories from those times because I was making videos, funny videos, and I was connecting again with these people that I thought were my friends. I thought in my head that they were my friends, you know. But the thing is that they were just using me because the pandemic was so bad that they needed a, a place where they can feel that they can have fun and hope. And that place was with me because I am a person who is spontaneous, who likes to welcome everyone. I was always like that all my life. You know, I was always the guy who loves to make everybody feel good, make everybody have a good time.
Everyone
And
feel included.
I want you to feel included. You know, I'm the
Yeah,
person with you are special. You are included. I don't
yeah,
exclude anybody. So that's why this period of time I held in high regard. I held as a special period of time. But during this period of time, I started to play Fortnite with a group of people from back in my school days. I mean, like I never got to meet them, you know, but like I met them for the first time during the pandemic. But I knew them. Some of them I knew from where when I was living in my country. Some of them I didn't really knew. They were new friends, and I did make like I have one friend that is one of my best friends that I met during this period of time, and his name is Max, and he's a really cool guy. But the thing is that one of the people that I have met in this during this time, it was a girl, and this girl, let's call this girl M. All right, let's call this girl M. So M, she was someone who when I met, I kind of had a feeling that she was special. You know, I kind of had a feeling that
she's
she was
different.
she was cool. That
Mm.
she was someone who was kind of like a guy. You know, one of the guys that you can chill with and you can have fun with. That's why I've kind of had a special. I felt as if I had a special relationship with her. But time went on, and I was just dealing with a lot of mental health issues, where this I used this place, which was a Fortnite, playing video games, as an escape from reality. Because I didn't really like myself. I didn't really like what's going on. And I was starting even to take medication. I was starting to take antidepressants. And I was just freaking out about the election. So it was a mess. And during this period of time, I also decided to join the army as well. So what happened was that I started to develop kind of weird feelings for this girl that I couldn't really explain. But it had to do with limerence. It had to do over the fact that when we were playing the video game, she was kind of like really uh, like trying to be inclusive. She was also somebody who had that similar personality that I have, that want everybody to feel included, you know. But the thing is that I also had like this love-hate relationship because there are some things that she did and she said that I felt they were really annoying because she was kind of like that girl that really didn't care, and she was only there
Mm.
when the other guys were there. So
Uh,
she didn't really was someone who will be be there for me, of course, you know, and I don't blame her. It's just that she uh, was someone who will be just in the moment because she was also dealing with situations, of course, during the pandemic, and I understand that. So the thing is that I started to develop kind of weird feelings for her, and I didn't really want to tell nobody, but she was starting to kind of notice, so she was starting to kind of make fun of that during the games, and I started to feel bad. So during March 2021, what happened was that I decided to make a move, and I decided I remember how she was always saying us that she wanted me to buy something for her. So I decided to give her like a PlayStation Plus gift card. whatever. And I gave it to her as a surprise, and she didn't really react to it. And when that happened, that I kind of felt bad. You know, I even cried a little bit about it. But the thing is that a little bit later, I joined the National Guard. In April, I joined the National Guard. But then we continued to play like normally. You know, that was just a situation that I felt bad. I didn't really say anything about it. But
Yeah.
she was still including me. She sometimes even like texted me to invite me to the games and stuff. So I will still go back to the games. And then in April, she was like, I was planning a trip to Las Vegas. All right, LV.
Okay.
I was planning a trip to Las Vegas for May with some friends because it was like my senior year of university. I was gonna graduate university online. It was during the pandemic, so everything was online. And then I was planning this trip with one of the guys that I used to play with in the video games, and my brother and another friend. And then one of these guys, uh, he invited me, and then he kind of told because he was good friends with M. He was good friends with M, so he told M that I was gonna go to Las Vegas. So she kind of told me one day in the game with the other guys in front of everybody. She was like, "Oh, it would be cool if you could give me some gifts." That's what she said. You know, it would be cool if you can give me some gifts. So like the naive person that I am, when I went there, I spent like 3 hours just trying to find perfect gifts, not only for her, but for other friends as well from the group. And then I gave them all to this guy that I was with, that we went on a trip with, and I gave them all to him so that he could give it to them, you know. And then yeah, the trip was over, and I came back and I started to feel bad because I will still go to that video game, and I will still feel as if it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. She still has that attitude with me. It's no difference.
Yeah.
She's still cold with me. She doesn't really care about having a relationship with me. Not having boyfriend and girlfriend. Doesn't matter about that. It's like a friendship, you know.
Yeah.
I was naive. And I got pissed off. I admit it, I got pissed off because I felt as if she doesn't deserve those gifts. Like, why will she ask me for gifts and then complain about the fact that I I do not I want her to have a better relationship with me. So I remember one day I got really pissed off, and then she was like, "Hey, is something wrong?" And then I explained to her what was the situation, and that was kind of like when I confessed to her about my feelings, you know. And then she
Mm.
was like, "Hey, you know, I feel as if these gifts are like are kind of uh how do you say when you are like manipulated, you know? When you do something for another
Pity gifts.
no, not really. Like when you do something for another person, but you do it in like expecting that person to do something for you. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know that word, but I understand what you mean. Like you do something for someone and then expect it back, but they don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. So she she told me in Spanish it's called chantaje. Let me translate it right now, dude, actually, because I'm kind of mad that I don't know the word. Translate.
I'm kind of mad that I don't know Spanish. Come on,
Nice.
man.
Man, but I think you know Arabic, right?
I know some Arabic. Yeah.
That's so cool, bro.
Por
Oh, like
por
blackmail. Blackmail. There you go.
blackmail.
Yeah,
Oh.
blackmail. So she felt as if it was blackmail. And I understand, dude. The thing is that nowadays I understand completely because it's so weird. If I put myself in her shoes nowadays, it's so weird. Imagine that you were a girl and then all of a sudden you meet this guy on the internet, and then this guy starts having feeling for you, but you never met this guy in real life, and now he's doing these things for you, and he's kind of like wanting you to have a relationship with her. It'd be weird, right? Like honestly.
Okay. Yeah, but it's like, why is she using you for gifts though? That's my question.
Yeah, that's what I also don't understand. Exactly, and I completely agree with you on that. Like, so she asked for something, I do it, and now it's like I feel like a dumbass for doing it, first of all. And
Yeah, and
now
then she says blackmail. Like
yeah, exactly, and
what?
then she says blackmail. And it's been 2 years, and it still pisses me off because it's kind of like all of this situation. She is in a position where she never changed her opinion, you know, but she
Puta
never
madre.
put herself in my shoes. where I'm like
Mm.
doing this, like spending 3 hours in Las Vegas to buy those gifts, only wanting her to appreciate it so that we can have a better friendship.
But
And
then again, let's keep in mind it's both of your faults, right? Like, yeah, on one
of
end,
course, like I will
yeah,
never do something like that again because
I'm
honestly,
glad that you see that as like something that you're not gonna do again. I'm glad that you see that as a like you learn from that mistake, you know. But yeah, keep
yeah,
going.
exactly. Like I feel as if she didn't really deserve it, you know. But the thing
Mm.
is that this relationship should have ended right then and there
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like feeling as if this person doesn't appreciate me. It's like, would you want to be with someone, AK, that doesn't appreciate you? I don't think
No
so.
way. No way.
Exactly. It's about self-love. It's about
Yeah.
valuing yourself, you know?
Yes.
But the thing is
Knowing
that
your value, putting
knowing
yourself
your
on
value,
top.
exactly. And
Yeah.
for some reason, I felt guilty back then. So the next day, because we play Fortnite the same day, and then I started to notice how her voice was kind of like mad, kind of, and then I started to feel guilty because she was kind of like, so I was like asking her questions, and she was, yep, no, yep,
Y-
you know
Yeah.
when
Yeah, bro, but there's nothing like there I mean, I guess this is you at the time, but there's nothing, excuse me, there was nothing for you to feel guilty about when you did
that's what I mean.
everything she wanted. You did everything she wanted a gift. You got it for her, right? And like
Yeah,
she clearly can tell that you like her. Like girls know when a guy likes them. You know, like
yeah,
it's pretty obvious. You probably talked with her more. You said some stuff on the side to her. You know, like stuff like that. They know. If she knows that, maybe okay, she was probably awkward or like shy to tell you, like, hey, dude, I don't like you. But yet she still adds on to it and says, oh, you should buy me gifts. And then later say, oh, are you blackmailing me with these gifts? You know? So, and then be mad about it. Like, what was she mad about? That you gave her gifts?
yeah. Like that's the thing. It's just a combination of like she was mad, but I was mad pretty much because I got mad.
Oh, that
I
is
got
so
mad.
annoying.
And like
Yeah.
that's why I was like, okay, I felt guilty, and then I sent her like a voicemail saying like, hey, I'm sorry that I got mad, and I appreciate
Yeah.
your friendship. Just being simp, pretty much.
Yeah,
Being
that's
really simp.
simping, bro. That's
Yeah,
straight simping right there, bro.
yeah. Honestly,
God,
and
bro.
even like one of the reasons why in the National Guard, I I got medical discharge was because of her. I mean, I'm not blaming her, of course, but the thing is that one
Yeah.
night before I went, like one night before I went to to the reception, in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. The thing is
Mm.
that my friend, this guy that is one of my best friends in Peru, Max. Like I tell him, yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow, and then this guy tells M that I'm gonna leave tomorrow, and then M texts me, and it was the first time she was texting me in like over a month, and she was like, "Hey, I heard that you were leaving tomorrow. Like, are you scared? Like she was just like, uh, she was just texting me about like how I feel, over me
Mm.
leaving. So I kind of got really excited that she texted me because I still had feelings for her. And then I kind of like couldn't sleep that night because of that conversation that I had with her. And
Wow.
I was even telling her like, yeah, like we're definitely gonna meet when I go to my country. And I was like in my head just thinking about how amazing it's gonna be for me to meet her for the first time in real life because that's what I all I was dreaming about is just
And
going
you have
to
a chance with her
yeah, and maybe I
probably.
have a chance with her. And then but I couldn't sleep that night. Then I go like all day. The next day I fly. I have all of the arrangements, and then we arrive at night. It was like two flights. It was first to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to
Peru?
South Carolina. South Carolina.
Oh.
So that was when I went to the base.
Oh, I
The
see.
city, Columbus, South Carolina. That was the city where
Oh, okay.
Fort Jackson is at. So all day we flight. My dumbass expecting me that when we arrive, because it's gonna be at night, then they're gonna let us sleep. No, they didn't let us sleep that night. So it was already 2 nights in a row that we couldn't sleep, and that was so fucked up because 2 nights in a row. all night we are just I'm just like fucking tired. I just want to sleep. And then we are doing all of the paperwork for the reception. Like my head, I was just messed up in the head. And it's like around 1 p.m. I cannot take it anymore. And like you know how reception is like when
Yeah.
drill sergeants are just like pushing us to, hey, do this, do this, do this, and I was already like I was having a really bad burnout. And then like uh, finally we finished all the paperwork at like 2 3 p.m. Like I was not prepared for that at all. And then we finally get into our dorms. We finally get to our dorms. So when we finally get to our dorms, we just can finally sleep. We can finally sleep after all that. And that's when they get you the haircut as well. Like how
Yeah, the buzz cut.
they got you bald. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we can finally sleep, but I slept like shit, honestly.
Yeah,
So
how did you stay up for two? I can't imagine the reception because
no, it was
receptions are quiet, they're boring. You're just writing paperwork, you're waiting. So you, how are you
so
not
it
going to
was
like
it was
falling
remember.
asleep?
So the night before I couldn't sleep. The night before I leave. Then all day that we travel is another day, 2 days. And then the third
Yeah.
day is the day that we have the reception. 3 days, bro. 3 fucking days.
Oh
I
my
was fucked
god.
up. And then I only go to sleep like 5 hours. And then the next day, we have moment of truth. If you don't know what moment of truth is, it's kind of they sit in an auditorium. And when they sit in an auditorium, pretty much like what happens is that the drill sergeants that are on front of the auditorium, they kind of are trying to tell you, hey, do you have a problem? Do you have kind of like anything that will prevent you from doing
Yeah.
basic training? So they pretty much try to scare you. And one of the things that they say is, if you have anxiety or depression, then this may not be the place for you. And if you don't say something right now, if you don't snap right now, you're gonna get dishonorable discharge, basic training. I was scared as shit, and I saw other people standing up, so I just stood. And then I remember I made the line, and they take us to to the medical center. And at the medical center, I talked with I complete some paperwork. I talked with psychologists, and then I dropped the bomb that before I had to go to the hospital for PHP, which it was during the time that I was taking my antidepressants. And like the drill sergeant, no, no, sorry, no, not a drill sergeant, like the the person that got me into the base. What was the name of that guy?
Sergeant?
The recruiter, my recruiter, he
Oh.
specifically told me not to say it, but I dropped the bomb. I dropped the bomb, and I just told him about that because she was asking a lot of personal questions, and in one of the personal questions, she asked me if I ever had any situation with depression, anxiety, that I should know about. And then I confessed that I there was a time where I used to take antidepressants for depression. And because I confessed about it and the PHP, then she immediately puts me, no, you cannot go to basic training. We're gonna give you we're gonna give you medical discharge, and we're gonna give you 2 to 4 weeks at reception before you leave. So that's how I ended up 35 days. I ended up 35 days in the reception base, and it was like 3 weeks at Charlie Company and 2 weeks in Echo Company, and that's a combination of the people that failed basic training with the people that got out of the Charlie Company. Just 5 weeks, like just doing cleaning, anything that is kind
Wait.
of like
Sorry,
so.
give me a second. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello? Hello? Fuck. Yeah, cleaning?
no, yeah,
It was just cleaning.
cleaning or anything that the drill sergeants tell us to do, like helping other soldiers.
Did you get
Like
paid?
I got paid. I got paid, but not that much. So at the end of the day, I ended up leaving, and then during all that time, then I have this other dickhead who puts me in a group chat where this girl she was in that group
Yeah.
chat. And then he puts me in that group chat, and then I start having a communication with her, but like they only let us use the phone like once a week. So my biggest hope, one of my biggest hope of coming back home is being able to play Fortnite again with her. That was kind of like my biggest hopes, one of the biggest hopes that I had during that time that I was suffering in the base. So when I come back, after all those 35 days that were bullshit, And I even tried to appeal that decision because there was a time where I was like, I should just go to basic training. This is fucking stupid. Because I was able finally to recover from my sleep. I was like feeling good to go to basic training, and I was physically good to do basic training. So I was feeling all that was bullshit, honestly. Then like I go back and I am able to play with her again, and I noticed that her attitude changed a little bit. You know, like she's not like fun as fun as she used to be anymore, and there's something weird happening with her. So after about a month of playing with her, I decided to just ask her out because I was gonna go to my country that December anyways, and just be like, I was just,
Mm.
hey, by the way, I'm gonna go to my country. So I was just wondering if first I asked her out normally, if we could hang out, and then she kind of tells me, yeah, we can hang out, but with other friends. She tells me straight up like that. And then I was,
Oh.
oh, okay, it sounds good, but like this is my the stupid shit that I will never do again in my life. The thing is that I was texting, and this is one of the reasons I did this as well, because for the first time I was texting with a girl that she was showing interest in me, and she was showing that she wanted to date me. Like later on, I figured out that it was kind of not genuine, but during that time, I didn't really know because it was the first time that something like this was happening, where a girl was showing interest in me. That's never happened to me.
Yeah.
So my dumbass explains to her about this situation, and she thinks it's fucking weird, obviously, you know. And then I say, "Hey, no, but I'm telling you this because that's why I want to know if we could have a like if I can uh, go out on a date with you pretty much because this other girl is kind of
Mm.
wanting to do that with me, so I don't want her to feel bad because my dream will be to have a date with you, not with this other girl.
Mm.
And that's when she's like, no, not really. Like, honestly, I am dating somebody right now, and that took me by surprise because
Mm.
when we were playing video games, she kind of had an attitude as if she was single. Like, she was even making fun sometimes of of being like uh, teasing me. There will be times where she will tease me, where she will kind of play around and be like, hey, yeah, like, uh, fuck me, or shit like that. Like, she will make kind of those jokes. And then when she
Mm.
says this, I get mad because it's like, how can
She
you,
messed. She played with your head, bro.
yeah. And like, why
But
didn't you tell me before?
at the same time, you didn't take the hint either, though. You didn't take the hint. You didn't
No, but
take
it took me
no.
by complete surprise, honestly, because I never in my brain expected her to be dating somebody else.
That's
Like,
true.
I didn't expect that at all. And then I figure out like then I remember that same day I talked with my friends about it and how shocking it was. And one of them was this dickhead that I'm talking about.
Mm.
And then
That guy.
and then the thing
That
is that
guy.
okay, so that's over with. I kind of get really pissed off, and then the next day I couldn't sleep, so I kind of have an argument with her about it. And then she kind of says like, oh, "What do you want me to do about it?" But I just explained to her like how fucked up it is, not for her to tell me about it after all the things that I've done, after the gifts and I showing interest
Yeah.
and all that shit. And then she doesn't agree, so it ends like that. And she even tells some of my friends back in my country as if I'm the one who is obsessed with her, which was not the case.
Nah.
And then she kind of plays the victim on that situation. But the thing is that a month later, I figure out who the boyfriend was. And the boyfriend was the dickhead. Like, and we used to play together in the same group. It was the same person that put me inside the group chat,
Oh.
and he knew that I liked the girl. So and he wasn't even her boyfriend. He was just his like fuck buddy or whatever. But like he was with her and with other girls, and he was like, and she accepted the situation as normal. So it was just a messed up situation.
That
And
is a messed up situation.
but the thing is that when I figured that out, I am like pissed off with this guy, and I'm just like I block him honestly because it kind of like how can he do that like after even like we even had like that same day that I was hurt about the fact that I discovered that she was dating somebody. He was there. He was the one who answered the phone. Like him and another friend were the ones who answered the phone. and we're like, look at me, like we were FaceTiming, and then he even like told me some advices how like dating nowadays suck. Like he even had the audacity to be that guy, and not tell me. So what should have happened during that situation scenario before I went to my country, I should have actually texted that the guy and been like, "Hey, how can you do this to me? Like, what the fuck?" I didn't do that. I
Yeah,
just blocked. I just blocked him.
that's truly like despicable, bro. Of the guy to just hold that in the whole time. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the guy just recently started being a fuck
No,
buddy, or
no, it was since like August or September. That's when it started,
mm,
and then there was a whole other drama that I'm not gonna get into with this guy and other girls. Like it was
mhm.
messed up. Now my concern was not about, and this is where I messed up as well. My concern was not about the relationship anymore. It was like, for me in my head, it was like, how can you accept this? Like that's what I was thinking. How can M accept this as normal? And then when I was talking with other friends of her, like like they were saying that they also told her about their concerns, but she didn't want to listen to nobody. She just wanted to be in that kind of relationship with him.
Mhm.
And that's something where I messed up. I should have accepted that situation. Like if that's the type of relationship you want to have, go ahead. Like
Yeah,
you know. But for
just
me,
don't involve me in it.
yeah, exactly. But for me, I was feeling as if you deserve something better. That's how I was feeling because I I did have some feelings for her, but I did not at that time I was not going to want to have a relationship with her after all the things that happened, of course. But I did like that girl. I care for
Mhm.
her as a human being, and for me, I just believed she deserves something better. You know, but that was my concern. But at the end of the day, even imagine if I really like you, like I really like you, AK. I really want the best for you
Yeah,
and everything. But you
thank you,
decide
bro.
not to want the best for yourself. What can I do? There's nothing I can do.
Exactly. You can only help. You can't help those that don't want to help themselves.
Exactly, bro. That's the thing. At the end, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter how much you care for someone. It hurts.
yeah,
It hurts, but you have to accept the reality that another person, like we are all, we are all the people that decide for ourselves. We decide our own destiny at the end.
yeah.
You
You're.
can tell me like many times, like you've done before. You can tell me, hey, don't text any girls, don't text any females. But I must still be doing that. There's nothing you can do about it. You already
Yeah,
told me. You already
yeah,
told me. So now it's on me. It's kind of a similar situation in this case, except that what annoyed me about all of this is how she played the victim card. She played the victim card so hard that she convinced everyone that I was upset with her. I was
That
I was not upset with her. I just cared. That's the thing. I just cared because I genuinely liked her. Not as if I like you, I want to be your boyfriend. No, not like that. I like you as a human being. I want the best for you.
yeah.
That's how I like her.
You wanted
And
to share your love.
yeah, exactly. And because of the freaking masculine culture of my country, people don't understand. It's like, oh, you just want to hit her. You just want to hit on her. No, man, that's not the case. It's not that I want to hit on her. I just wanted the best for her. And, and if I'm that kind of person, I'm the weird one because in my culture, that's considered weird. Because if you're a
Yeah,
man, you're supposed to see women as objects. You should see women as, oh, I
not
have
give her
I
love.
have my
Yeah,
wife and I have two other girls that I'm fucking while I have a wife. Like that's the type of person that you're supposed to be. It's sad, man. That culture is so sad. And a lot of my
yeah,
friends from my country agree with that kind of culture. It's a misogynistic culture. And
yeah.
it's fucked up.
I personally can't. I can't. Like, I wouldn't. I'm on your side on in that case, bro. I can't do that to females, and I just don't agree with it. And it's even more like it's more like because it's like it works. The girls do like the guy that does that. So it's like you're just like, what
But it,
the
dep- it
hell?
depends. It depends who. It depends what kind of person you are. That's the thing. And it all has to do with dopamine at the end of the day, bro. All has to do
Dopamine.
with dopamine. If you are someone who wants to just feel different, feel something different from the things that you're feeling every single day, you're gonna go for that because it activates your dopamine levels in your head. Like you're a ship. You're a ship. You go for what's popular. You go for what's trending.
Yeah.
Man, like I'm really glad that I could share the story with you, bro. Like I really needed to share the story because at the
No,
end of the day,
no,
she she she,
you're
she,
you're
she she ended up blocking me. She ended up blocking me. She ended up playing the victim, and then she convinced like a whole group of people that I'm the weird one, I'm the crazy one, I'm the one that messed up, and that that's fucked up. When all I wanted was the best for her, and that's
I
that's
mean,
how it
bro,
that's how it ended.
at the end at the end of the day, you just wanted to play with your group of friends that are from the same area as you. You know
Exactly.
that.
That will
re-
annoy me as well. Like
Yeah,
the group, they just do the group. Now this is the group.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
destroyed. It's destroyed, bro. You know, there's no
That's
more
how
group.
it,
There's no more group.
and that's how it's been for most of my friendships, bro. I can't say that all my friendships have like always been like this. You know, all most of not all, most but not all of my friendships have spread apart and people have argued and people went into stupid dramas. But hey, man, at the end of the day, you still have your channel. You still have your brain, you still have your body. You actually learned and you took away more than you lost, right? You didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
Sure, you did lose money, obviously, but it's like, what's more important, the lesson or the money? The lesson,
Yeah.
because the
Exactly.
lesson is priceless, bro. Money, you can always get that, bro. Work a couple hours, boom, you'll repay what you just earned. I know you don't care about the money. I know you don't care, but it's more of it's more where your compassion for her, and the lack of the neglection that she gave to the situation when you're just trying to love, and she just looked at it as, oh, I'm the victim, oh, I'm the one who's getting hurt, when you literally did nothing wrong except for love the person. Sure, maybe you didn't take the hint, but that's not destructive to someone. That's just awkward, but you're not saying like fuck you, this and this and this.
No, and also I have to admit something, bro. I'm not gonna say I did everything perfect because I will be lying to myself. I also messed up, especially in the situation of the group chats, in the group chats, because the thing is that when you're in a group chat, you say a lot of shit that if it gets leaked, it looks bad, you know?
Yes, definitely. I've said
So
stuff that people were threatening to leak me on. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So if they leak you from the group chat, if they leak things that you say on the group chat, it looks bad. So imagine
Yeah.
like I say something that it's kind of like for the group to have a good time, to laugh, but it may be kind of misogynistic. And then somebody from the group chat that I know who did that leaks that and shares it with her. Imagine how she's gonna feel. Now she feels that I'm misogynistic, you know? When I'm not really considered misogynistic,
It's
but because of
it's
the things that I
taken
said,
out of the context. It's
it's
taken out of
taken out of
context.
the context. Exactly, it's taken out of context. And in that case, I was kind of like someone who portrayed as if I was misogynistic when I wasn't really. I was just in a really toxic group chat with shit people that just licked me, and it was
Yeah.
kind of like I was kind of like very naive on that. Like now I know
It
for the
was you
future.
against the whole group chat, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Now I know for the future. Just don't be in stupid group chats with stupid
Yeah.
people that you cannot
For
trust.
me, for me, my mistake was when being in a group of friends is to constantly open up and being like honest with people.
Yeah.
And some people are just not serious, and this group chat, everyone would like diss me and talk about how they're going to expose my YouTube channel because I said this and I said this, or I was defending myself because they said some stupid shit. So it was constantly like stuff like that. So yeah, man, like I know that feeling, bro, and that's why I don't really roll with group of friends. I don't really do group of friends
No, and
anymore. I
also that's
just
that's why I am really like when it comes to judging people based on leaked information, I am really like not judgmental about it.
You're not
Like
quick to go to assumptions.
yeah, exactly. I'm not quick to go to assumptions. Exactly, bro. Like if
Yeah.
there is someone like oh I like this person, but then another person shows me oh but this is what they've been saying about you, then I want to know the context. I'm not that naive. I want to know the context. Like, why did this person say this? I'm not gonna just be like judgmental about it. And I
Yeah.
learned
No, that's
I
fair, bro.
and I have no expectations. Also, like every context matters, bro. At the end of the day, every context matters.
It
That's why
does. There's always two
relationships.
sides to every story.
Yeah, so there's always two sides, bro. That's why relationships are. Sometimes in relationships, it's really hard to be like completely 100% genuine with the other person because anything
Yeah.
can be taken out of context. Anything can be controversial. So you also have to just be politically correct on things that you say and be careful about being like saying things that might be too offensive, too radical. Especially, bro, I used to watch like Leaf is Here. I used to watch Drama Alert like into 2016, like peak period of controversy. And I used to be so freaking like edgy, so freaking edgy, man. So and it's just for fun. And PewDiePie, edgy PewDiePie back in 2016, that used to be my entertainment. But if taken out of context, then I will be so super controversial because I used to watch that content back in the days. Like, do you see what I mean, bro? Like,
No, 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 no. I definitely understand what you mean, bro. Like what you watch is what you become slowly, you know? And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've watched garbage in my past too, and it has definitely shaped me to becoming not the brightest human, but hey man,
that's what I mean.
still
And
things
you make mistakes. You make mistakes, like, and you say things
yeah,
that you in your head it's like, oh, like I'm gonna be funny about it, but then you may be offending somebody else over the things that you say.
exactly.
That's why I nowadays I don't really watch garbage content anymore. As a matter of fact, all I watch, bro, is that actually motivates me is motivational content, like self improvement. That's the
Nice.
niche that I am at right now. That's what.
Perfect.
And I read more. I recently read Atomic Habits by James Clear. I'm reading like How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I'm reading classics, bro. I'm becoming a person that is more fluent. And it's shaping my personality. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but my vocabulary has improved. So
Yeah. That's amazing to hear, man. I mean, I'm
sure.
glad that you're reading and also getting closer to your niche. I know that you're passionate about it, but also
Yeah.
being able to be fluent with your passion, and also literally being fluent, like talking better, is even nice too. You know, like being able to say every single word with passion. You know, I'm happy for you, bro, and I'm proud of you. And I also wanted to thank you for sharing the story as well. That story, yeah, although I don't know if it really did have anything to do with pornography,
No,
but
but
it
like
does
it does have to do with pornography because it started based on pornography. Like everything
it
started
shows the
with
the interaction and how,
everything started
yeah.
with pornography or lust or just a feeling. In this case, it was limerence, but it started with pornography.
Mm,
After all, like if you interact with someone that you kind of like imagine about, you kind of start having fantasies with, then that builds from pornography. You know,
yeah,
it starts from pornography. So
I
like
see, bro.
but it's like thank you for listening, dude. It was
Of
really important
course,
for me,
man. Of
like because
course.
this is a situation that it still hurts me. Like sometimes I feel really bad about it because it still hurts me until today. It has made a huge impact in my life because sometimes I feel guilty that uh, I don't have that person anymore. But when I tell my the story, when I listen to myself, I realize that I'm way better now than I used to be because this is a
Yeah,
person that like I can lie to myself sometimes and feel as if I can be good. I can feel good if this person was in my life, but that's not actually true.
true. Yeah,
That's not actually true because I
you're
have
just
accomplished more without this person than with this person.
yeah,
You know?
you're just making situations in your head that are not true. And I'm glad that you do see the truth of it. Like it's just like with me when I wanted a relationship, but I thought to myself and said, I do more without a relationship. I do more when I'm not outside or when I'm not hanging out with people that just want to drink and smoke and do whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I think this was a really good conversation though.
It was really important for me, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Of course, bro.
Is there anything
But
you wanna share?
um other than thanking you for bringing me on the show, it's always a pleasure to be here. I don't know if this is my third or fourth time. Is this my fourth time?
I think it's the fourth or the fifth, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, many more to come on the way.
Definitely.
I love being on this YouTube channel. To all the what do you call your gang? Alpha Gang?
The Alpha Gang.
The Alpha Gang, to all the Alpha Gangers.
Yeah, and
What's
by
up,
the way,
guys?
dude, I'm always down. If you need like people in your channel to play games, then just hit me up. Hit me up. I can play games with you, bro. I'm down.
Of course, bro. It's just I'm more of like a solo dolo when it comes to like games that I play, like horror games and stuff. I play by myself, but once
No,
it
of
comes
course,
to
of
like
course.
multiplayer games, I'll definitely invite you, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah,
We need Jake Paul here, bro. Come on.
definitely, bro. Yeah, let's get it. This is me, Jake Paul, right here. The Jake Paul
It's me,
gang.
Logan Paul. I think there's
Yeah,
a
Jake
body
Paul
hanging
and
there.
my bro Logan Paul.
But
Dude,
yeah, I,
legit,
I
I am like Jake Paul right now. What the heck? Damn, man.
you are Jake
That's
Paul
crazy,
still.
man. Jake Paul and still Jake Paul. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's crazy, man.
But anyways, I would like to thank you, Alpha Master, for letting me be here, man. For the fifth or fourth time or sixth time, whatever. I really appreciate it. I would love to be here again. If you have a another conversation topic to talk about, I'd love to talk about it, man.
Definitely.
But yeah, I wish the best for you, man. And yeah, I'll see. You can do your outro. Sorry, I thought I was on my.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you all. And peace out. Alpha Gang. Let's get it. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good.